Okay, so we're back again talking about Chapter 3. I'm doing the second part of 3.1, continuing on with your note packet. There's a question about using commas, and what we know is we have to use a parenthesis around things that are grouped together. So the commas kind of indicate what's considered together and needs a parenthesis. So we have two examples on page 3 of your notes here. We have 3 thoughts. Statement P, or 3 statements. P is dinner includes soup. Statement Q, dinner includes salad. And statement R, dinner includes veggie of the day. So they're going to group these together in different ways. Our example A and B has dinner includes soup, and then there's a comma, and salad or, it's no salad, right? Salad or veg of the day. So notice how there's a comma here, and then these two things are together. So this part's going to have a parenthesis around it. We're going to have dinner includes soup, which is P, the symbol and then this part needs to be in a parenthesis. The salad, which is Q, the or, which is the V, and veg of the day, which is R. So the part after the comma, notice it's in a parenthesis. Those are considered grouped together. For B part, notice that this part's grouped together, the including soup and salad, so that's P and Q, and notice the word and, so that's a P and Q, and that's parentheses, and then comma, if there's commas, you use parentheses, and then we do the or, which is the V, and veggie of the day, which is statement R. So that's how we would need to write that out to be exact. Okay, the next thing to be aware of, following in your notes, is when we put a negation in front of a parenthesis. So this will come up in your homework sometimes. Let's see, I'm going to need these words. I think I'll use this P and Q. I'm going to get rid of one of those. All right, if I put a negation sign in front of a parenthesis, like P or Q, like that, whenever that we have a parenthesis involved, we say it is false that P or Q. So again, a negation in front of a parenthesis, we use the phrase, it is false that, and then whatever follows, P or Q. So in this case, we'd say, it is false that, statement P, dinner includes soup, dinner includes soup, and we go ahead and say the word or because of the V, or dinner includes salad. And we're assuming when you use this in your language, when I say it is false that, if I said it is false that, my name is Cindy, I teach at ACTC, I live in Ashland, I have on a black dress, that everything I say after the word it is false that is getting negated. So I'm just lying all over the place. As soon as I say it is false that, and then whatever follows it, all of that's included, assumed to have a parenthesis around it. Everything I say after that is false too as well. All right, so this is what we need to be careful about in our homework. You'll have some multiple choice questions like this. Just be aware that one is a deal there you need to watch out for. So if I said negate, let's mix it up and say Q and not P, just to be messy on it. So we would say it is false that. See how we see this set up? It is false that. And then we'd read this off. Q is dinner includes salad. Then I've got the and symbol. I say and negate P. And dinner does not include soup. That would be a terrible sentence, but that's how we would do it. Just getting used to this language. Does not include soup. Now later in the chapter, we're going to learn how to distribute this negate sign, and I'll just go ahead and tell you now just to give you a precursor. It doesn't show up in 3.1, but we can use the distributive property, and there's a rule that says when you distribute a negate sign, it flips this little connective, so an and becomes an or. Just kind of a heads up, that'll be down the road in another section. But lots of little rules come along here. Right now we're just getting used to this language. All right, so next page. Make sure. Oh, no, before we turn the page, I do talk about the conditional, which you all already wrote that down in the previous video, but just in case you didn't, you just tuned in here, Make sure you know a conditional, the conditional is one arrow, and it is read if then when you have one arrow, and then the biconditional has a double arrow, and it's read if and only if. Okay, so we're going to use those a little bit. Okay, another thing you need to be aware of is, and this doesn't show up as much in the conditional, biconditional, or the disjunction, but with the conjunction, there's some other words sometimes used loosely to mean and as well. So, like when I say neither nor, additional with the conjunctions, neither nor means John is neither handsome nor rich, means John is not handsome and John is not rich. So throw that one in there. John is not rich, but John is handsome. So, neither nor statements. I thought I had another one in here. Now, oh, I know what it was. I wanted to tell you that when I say John is not rich, but John is handsome, I thought that didn't really go along with that. When I say that, the word but, when I say my name is Cindy, but I work at ACTC, that means the same thing as and. I don't know why I would say the word but sometimes we do. So the word but is also a connective. It means and as well. And so does neither nor, uses the word and. So but, neither nor, those are additional ways that you'll see those, and it'll still be a conjunction, count as a conjunction, or using the word and. All right, now you have some activities. So the rest of it is just some practice problems. So again, pause the video, see if what I said gives you what you need to do that, then come back in and see if you get them right. So please do follow along with that. I'll keep going though with this. So number 2. So this one just asks you, is it a conjunction, negation, disjunction, conditional, or biconditional? Those are the 5 things we've been studying in 3.1. So when I read number 2, it says, if you burn the chicken wings, then you can feed them to the dogs. So it's an if-then statement. If-then is called the conditional. And I see the if-then. Number 3, time will go backwards if and only if you travel faster than the speed of light. So an if and only if is a biconditional. Number 4, Louis Armstrong did not play the drums. So they negated something there. That was a negation. Did not play the drums. Number 5, the book was neither a novel nor an autobiography. Like I said, this neither nor is another way of saying and. I know it seems weird, but this is true. That's another way of saying and, which is our conjunction. All right, neither nor is a conjunction. I don't know why that seems weird to me, but that one does a little bit, but it counts as an and. Number 6, math is fun, but I wish I were at the beach. Don't we all, right? Math is fun, but I wish I were at the beach. That's another way of saying and. That's another conjunction. Same thing as and. All right, so those are those answers. Next, we're going to talk about writing symbolically. So we've got statement P, the tent is pitched. And statement Q, the bonfire is burning. And then we're going to use that for our example. The bonfire should say is burning if yours has a typo there. All right, so number 7 says the tent is not pitched. So that statement P negated. The tent is not pitched. That's practicing with negation. Number 8, the tent is pitched. That's statement P. Then it says the word and, which is that symbol. The bonfire is burning, statement Q. So P and Q. Number 9, the bonfire is not burning if and only if. So that's going to be our double arrow. Again, the bonfire is not burning. That's statement Q. Not Q. If and only if the tent is not pitched. That's statement P with a negation. So that's how they turn that thing around. Number 10, if the tent is not pitched, so here's the tent is not pitched, it's statement P, and it's an if then, so it's a 1 arrow. If the tent is not pitched, wait, where am I, number 10? If the tent is not pitched, oh sorry, they negated that. If the tent is not pitched, sorry about that. not pitch, so not P. Then the bonfire is not burning. Then the bonfire is not burning, so negate Q. Number 11. The bonfire is not burning, that's negation of Q. However, oh, I don't think I put that one in your notes. However is also and. There's a lot of these other ways of saying and. I guess if you're in doubt, it's probably an and. However, or and, is used here. The tent is pitched, statement P. So, various ways you see and. They should have just said and, right? Number 12. It is false that. Oh, this is good. This is that practice with using parentheses. We talked about it in the earlier video. When you see the phrase, it is false that, you put the negation and a parenthesis. So, it is false that always means to do this, and then whatever follows, write it in the parentheses. It is false that. The tent is not pitched. That's negating a P. And, that's our and symbol. The bonfire is burning, statement Q. That's how your number 12. All right, moving on, we get some more statements here to do some more practice. Okay, so we have a statement P, the temperature is 90. Statement Q, the air conditioning is working. And statement R, the apartment is hot. So 3 thoughts there. We're going to use those to play around with this new language we're doing. All right, so number 13 says the temperature is not 90. So that's negating P, so not P. And, there's our and symbol. The air conditioner is working. The air conditioner is working. That's the regular affirmative of Q. And then notice we have a comma. So it looks like those two need to be parentheses. And then we have the word or, so that's our V. The apartment is hot. That's statement R. Number 14. The temperature is 90. That's P. And, that's our and symbol. The air conditioner is working. That's statement Q. A comma, so we're going to parenthesis those two that were grouped together. Or, the apartment is hot. That's statement R. Okay, and lastly, number 15. If the apartment is hot, that's going to be those if P then Q, conditionals. If the apartment is hot, let's see, where's that? R. If then. Oh, I've got some more though before I do that if then, because it's if the apartment is hot and the air conditioner is working. Let's see, that's statement Q, so those are together. So if all of that, so that needs to be parenthesis. If then, what's the then part of it? We'll go on the other side. And there was a comma to kind of help us see that needed to be parenthesis. Then the temperature is 90. The temperature is 90, which is statement P. All right, so really all we're doing in 3.1 is trying to get practice with using these symbolic language and these rules that we're going to be using. You might be thinking, what in the world is she doing here? Why would I do this? What we're going to do though in the later sections though is we're going to talk about is this reasonable? Do these statements make sense? Is this true or not? The way that we're putting it out there. So we're going to do that in the next chapter. So right now though, the practice is just, can we take the words and put them in the symbols, and then we'll talk about how to assess what the symbols are in the later sections.